Good morning. Good morning, sunshines. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Mui. Good morning, guys. Hello, Monica. Hi, Catherine. Morning. Yes. My girls are here. Everything okay with you guys? Are we all good? I know that it's a very hard week when we have one day of good weather and then all of a sudden it starts to rain and all of a sudden we wake up with those gloomy days and the body's not adjusting and the mind doesn't catch up with the body. So it's hard for some people. Some people have more tendencies of being with a state like a depressed state in those days. So it's normal. Don't feel like if you're there, don't feel like you're different. A lot of people feel the same way. Okay, welcome to our Yoga Restore. What I prepared today, we're gonna use a chair and whatever chair you have around. It can be a folding chair, it can be one of your nice dining room set of chairs, whatever you want, whatever you use. We're gonna sit in the chair. We're gonna start in the chair and we're gonna use the chair around our flow. What else? Is anything that you want to work on today? Anything, any requests? Oh, you guys are probably going to get a chair, right? All right, and I have a belt, any belt. You don't have to have a yoga strap. You can use any belt, any long wire, something that of course doesn't hurt, or even your blanket. If you have a thin blanket or a towel, it will help too. Caps. Yep, we're gonna get that one. Don't you worry, Monica. All right, let's find a seated position. Welcome to whoever is showing up right now. This is Yoga Restore. We're gonna restore in the chair. We're gonna do an easy way to open the back, to open the shoulders, to open the back of the legs, to do some hips, and we're gonna open kind of almost everything in the body, okay? Like we always do. All right, having a comfortable seated position. If you're in the chair, come closer to the edge of your chair. And then having your feet on the ground. If your feet doesn't fall on the ground because you have a high chair or your legs are too short, you can use a block or some books to level out. So your feet is on the mat, feet is on the floor. All right, let's soften the shoulders, let's lengthen the spine, let's soften the eyes, lips. Just be present in this moment. Be present with your body. Be present with all your senses in this moment. Be here physically. Be here mentally. Be here with your breath. Now let the breath explore all the way up to your chest. Let the breath help you release into the belly. So a lot of times not breathing deeply, it has to do with I'm lazy to do so. Sometimes it has to do with I'm afraid to do so. So recognize what is it that it feels hard for you to breathe deeply. Now the next movement we're going to do is to just letting the chin drop down so you have this opening in your cervical spine. Now slowly lift the chin and feel this opening in the front throat. And then we're gonna do one more time, just easy. We're doing actually what the bones in the neck are meant to do, okay? The forward and back action, gentle. All right, now we lengthen the spine, having your eyes soft. Taking a deep, nice breath in. All right, welcome here. You can use your prop to lasso your right foot. We're gonna start with the right. Now with my belt, I can pull a lot here with the right hand. Then I'm gonna hold one side and then the other side with my left hand, the rest. And I'm gonna open just not a lot, just a little bit. So separate your feet, having the left foot, so in a V, let's be more precise. You're creating a V. When you look down, you're creating a V between your legs, okay? So your toes of your right foot is facing up. We're gonna take a deep breath in, and we're gonna stay with this level of lengthening in your spine. We're gonna stay with the level of normal shape in your back. So from here, the pelvis goes forward. It's not the back rounding. The pelvis goes forward, and then you're just gonna move forward a little bit. And I might go back so you guys can see better what I'm doing. I'm too close to it. So we fold, we breathe. Maybe you don't even have the space. Maybe you can't, your hamstrings or your pelvis cannot do this. So you keep thinking about the pelvis rolling over, okay? And then we come back. As we come back, I want you to grab each side of your prop here. Bring the foot facing forward, hinge back. Maybe you're touching the chair, I don't know. I'm not, so I'm gonna hinge back and I'm gonna lift my foot with the help of that prop. And then I'm gonna lower again. This time, we're gonna go all the way to the right side. Now it's gonna be more. And you're gonna probably need to scooch to the right side. So the bottom, the beginning of your hamstring is not on the chair like this, otherwise it's gonna be hard for you to straighten your leg. Almost like a butt cheek trying to leave the chair, right? Now, right hand's gonna slide down the belt, your prop, but your chest is gonna face forward. So your toes are facing up to the sky, okay? You don't have the toes out or in, they're facing up. Bring your hand to your waist. And then see if you can pull yourself towards that leg with the right side. And then when you can't anymore, you relax your head. And then we're gonna do another movement. We're gonna slowly go back and slide through that belt. See that? My hand goes down to the chair. And then with my right arm straight, I'm gonna let my head drop to the other side. And And guys, this can be intense if you have a lot of tension in that right side neck. So ask for the breath to help you here. We go one more time. We slide the hand towards the belt. You can bring the hand to the side or gently touch your leg. And then you can pull yourself and go in towards that side. The separation between that waist and the rib cage. Ooh, I feel this side. And then one more time. Keep that arm straight, holding into your prop. All right, come back up. Now readjust yourself in the chair. And the left knee is gonna face the left side. Now the right is going to also face that side. But my chest, so there is a twist. There is a small twist, but there is a twist, right? So my right leg is gonna face the left. I want you to bring your hand to the side of the chair or in a place that you can keep that small twist. And then I want your right outer foot to go to the front and your inner foot to come towards you. Okay? So there's this inner rotation of your foot. From here, you're going to try to pull and maybe go forward a little bit. Maybe you can hold the back of the chair. It's easier for me. This is a very unstable chair that I decided to use. So you might be feeling a lot in the outside of your leg. And then if there's space, you go further. You come back. Now this time you bring the foot right in front of you. Take your shoulders back, elongating the back of your neck. And then you fold if there's space. Yes, it's more in your hamstring. You know that's going to talk to you. So it's up to you. I cannot be there to see where you're going or to tell you what you're feeling, right? But you can. So go to a spot that feels okay. Keep your toes facing up. Usually the right leg is easier. As we come back. Now we're gonna pick that leg. We're gonna bend the knee. And if you can, drop the outside of your foot on top of that left leg. This is great. You're gonna stay here for a little bit. As we elongate the spine again, left hand goes on top of that right knee. Right hand moves back. If you have the back of the chair, you can hold in the back of the chair. And pay attention. I know, try not to go as fast as you can to your habits. So what we're gonna do here is think about being led by the shoulder. So it's more of your thoracic spine that starts the twist, not from your low back, from your thoracic spine, where the facets have more movement. Actually, your spine can twist there on your mid-back. So keep turning where you can, and then look to the back of the room. Be gentle with your shoulder if there's any like little pain or pull. Come back. All right. Now the chest is gonna face forward. Now for the last one, just bring your hands to your foot and to your leg. Take a nice breath in and see if you can soften more of the legs. As you soften the legs, you press your sit bones towards the chair. And then with that gluing of the sit bones on the chair, see if your body, using the hip flexors, see if you can go forward without rounding the back. And when I say forward, look at my forward. My forward is a very tiny forward from my hips. Because now I have the leg externally rotated, so it's gonna be a complete different folding, okay? So it's a very tiny. So So even if there's no movement, you can feel it. And then we reach back. Awesome, guys. All right, we're done with that right leg for now. Now let's do the other. Let's do the one that for me is not very comfortable for my knee. All right. Left hand, left foot lassoed. V shape with the legs. Hold it. Lengthen on the spine. Keep your toes facing up. And then you can use that prop to pull yourself forward. Tailbone goes back. Rolling of your pelvis over that left and right femur as you come forward. Breathe in. Come back up. Hold, I like to grasp a lot. Hold the two sides of the belt. Bring the leg to face forward. Lift it up. Keep that shoulder open. And then exhale. Now we're going to open a lot of that leg to the left. Scooching towards the left side of your chair. Make it easy. Soften the opposite leg. Now you're going to hold. And I always recommend, if there's more space for you to externally send your leg, not your foot, not your whole, it's not this movement with your femur. It's just like the leg going to the left side, okay? Toes are still facing up. So now we're gonna hold to the, let me unhook my hand. We're gonna hold, and then we're gonna pull ourselves towards the leg, and then relaxing the head towards that side. Pull it back. Now we can slide the hand until we find a comfortable way to stay. Left leg is totally straight, so you're gonna feel some pulls here from the trapeze and from the small muscles in the back of the shoulder blade, in the back of the neck. So then you lower your head to the other side. And then you release what you can. Come back, scooch back, pick it up that leg, and then bring right in front, okay? It's gonna be right in front of you, and again, we can kind of pull ourselves forward. Breathe in and breathe out, being gentle here in the rotation of your pelvis, because if you have tight foot, tight knee, tight hamstring, everything that I just said, they are all connected. So, especially, I forgot the most important, your glutes. If your glute muscles, if all the fascias in your glutes are tight, you're gonna probably think is your hamstring, because they are all also connected. So, we're gonna try to open all of those parts today, okay? Keep your shoulders down. All right, guys, now as we come back up, straight spine, we pick up that leg, and then we externally rotate that femur, and letting the leg rest. Now, as you see that leg, I need to go a little forward. So if I go down more, I feel in my inner knee because of my meniscus injury. So I need to be very gentle. I hope you're doing the same with your body. You know where to go, you know where not to go, so you can always readjust. So my right hand is just gonna drop there with a little warmth and some weight, and then my other hand goes to the back of the chair. Open up the chest, roll the shoulders, and then you can also try to look back. If you have someone in the back, if you have your pets in the back, just say hi. I needed to leave my dog. I locked my dog with my kids, and I was like, can you please there? He wanted wants to play. Morning, he wants to really, really play. And I feel sorry, he wants to grab my belt here to play, so. All right, we come back to the front. All right, you ready? Now this is the part that is tough. You're gonna go to what it feels okay for you. The first intention is to lift your tailbone back, to keep that elongation in your spine, and then from the pelvic floor, and then from the strength that comes from it, you go forward. And I'm gonna try to find my side to, again, for you to check. So we're not here, right? This is what we usually sit, we round. And that's why we have so much back pain, because we're overstretching our low back. And actually the low back is supposed to have the concave shape. So this is not how we're meant to be as human beings. So as you open, press your sit bones down, and then if there's space for you to go forward, yes, you're going to feel in the outer hip. So take 1 or 2 deep inhales and exhales. Back forward. Awesome. Now do one more thing sitting down with our prop, our belt, okay? Now we're gonna hold, and you've probably done that with me before. It's one of the best ways to open the shoulders, and it can be very intense, but the intensity is up to you. So you cactus your arms with your prop, okay? You hold it in a microphone stand. We're not here, we're not here. We're just holding really tight. Shoulders and arms start to roll back. Now, this, yes, you will feel in the front of the shoulders. So if you have frozen shoulders, if you're dealing with some issues in the shoulders, if this is too much, you can have the arms right here, you know, just trying to bring your hands back, and then bring them forward very gently. Otherwise, if you're good, you're gonna stay back just a little more with me. All the way to breathing to your heart. All right, now we're gonna extend the arms and trying to do the same thing, just sending the arms just a little bit more back. Yes, you're gonna feel in different muscles and different tissues. Right now with the arms extended, just stay with one more breath with me. And then we bend the elbows again. Now comes my favorite part. Right hand, I'm using my right, is going to pull the left arm towards you. I see a lot of people doing this as they move, right? I don't want you to bend at all. I want your spine to be straight, and then you're just moving the arm. The arm is going with you. You can press and you can slide your hand down. As you're pulling that, my opposite arm is all the way straight, of course, but it's because of my left shoulder. I have the opening that I can do this. And then we're gonna reach back and up again. And then slowly to the other side. And don't worry if your arms get a little numb. You're using a lot of, it's intense, you know, you're using your muscles. The arms go up, something that the body's not used to do so much. All right, we're gonna do one more time each side. Slowly opening those shoulders. Now see, my hand kind of slipped down a little, so I'm gonna grab more of my belt because I know I can pull more into that left arm. My elbow can actually face up. Take a deep breath in, and then let's do the other side. We reach up, elbow up, sliding. All right, ladies, and then we're done. I'm saying ladies because today there's just ladies here live with me. All right, now we're gonna stand up. You're gonna grab your chair. Oh, you don't have to grab anything. I am grabbing my chair. Your chair probably is in the right way, right? So you're gonna grab your chair and you're gonna be behind your chair. So the highest level of your chair, you're gonna be facing, okay? Take a deep breath in, step forward, and then we're gonna step back and back and back. As you imagine someone pulling your hips back, your chest is moving down. Okay, then you start to create some freedom in your back, in your hamstrings, in your chest. I'm gonna send it forward just a little more so you can see it. Usually the body knows where to go, but I want the legs to be right underneath the hips. Tailbone is going to try to go up, okay? So what happens when you do this? Your hamstrings, your glutes, all the muscles behind your legs are gonna talk to you. And now here you're also using your shoulders to open. So if you're not in the shape that I am, this is okay, because maybe your shoulders are tight, maybe your low back is tight, maybe your hamstrings are tighter than mine. Or maybe you can go even lower and your tailbone can go even higher because you're even open in the hamstring than I am. So surrender your belly, but engage your thighs so your tailbone goes up. Take one breath in, one breath out. And then we're gonna bend the knees, and then we're gonna press our feet and start to roll into the spine. Make sure your chair is not slipping anywhere. My chair is not very good. So as you move forward, you're gonna hold here. Now you're gonna create this elongation, a tuck in the tailbone, and stay with your heels down. So now you're gonna feel in your calves. Yes. And you're using your arms here to stay steady, using your core. And then we're gonna go back again. As you reach the sit bones back, chest starts to release down gently. Breathing into those hamstrings. Lifting your tailbone. Maybe even surrendering your head. All right, one more time around. This time we're gonna step the right foot underneath here, the sides of the back of your chair. Keep your back heel on the ground, please, so you feel the back of the leg. We're gonna bend the front knee so you can go deeper into the calf muscle in the back leg. Roll the shoulders. Keep your spine long. Keep the back of your neck long. Keep trying to reach the floor with your back heel. Okay, our next movement within this position is to bring the back heel in as the toes roll out, okay? So you can always readjust here. Now my forearm, and it's going to depend on your chair, of course. My forearm can drop on top of my chair. My left hip bone is gonna roll back up and then down. So there exists a lift into that right hip. When we lift that right hip, there's more energy going down towards the front thigh. So you can bend the knee, and the knee is right above the ankle. And then you can reach that left arm up, extend the side angle. So what we're gonna do with that left arm, guys, I want your palm to face to the front as you reach and trying to create more of an opening in the left side. The arm goes back, and then the hand starts to face the floor. And it's gonna reach to the side of your body. We're gonna lift. Now the palm is gonna reach up, face up, and then over to the right and facing down to the floor. One more time, we lift, and then that palm faces down. Perfect. And then you bring your hand back to your chair. You lift your back heel off the mat, and then you're gonna find a lunge. Now, kind of the same idea, but not quite with the back leg. So as you're moving down the heel, you're gonna feel the opening in the back again of the calf, And then now we're gonna try to lift, to stretch the toes, okay? Lifting the heel off the floor. And then exhale, you drop again. And then inhale, we lift again. One more time, exhale. We slowly drop the heel back. All right. Last pose, we're gonna try to straighten the front leg. Back heel is trying to reach down to the floor. Realign your pelvis. What does that mean? See how much stuff I can do with my pelvis when I move. So re-level your pelvis by tucking a little bit the tailbone, lifting that low belly, having both hip bones facing forward, and having both leveled. One is not higher than the other, okay? And then we fold, maybe if there's space. Remember our folding? We're gonna create the same, the back is not doing anything, it's from the pelvis, so that's gonna be very tight for the hamstring and very tight for the hip if you have tight hips. Okay, bending the knee, sending some nice weight to the front leg and come back up. Amazing job. Maybe take a little break here to feel, to notice how your legs are feeling. We're gonna do the other side now, okay? And I might turn my chair so you can see better. All right, guys, going to the same. Now we're going back here, the same thing as we did before in a highest level. Now before, and then after, when we open more of the body, doing all those things in the other leg, we can turn the chair around. Remember to energize, to lift your tailbone. Use your back leg muscles to lift your tailbone up. We roll and round, left foot steps all the way underneath the chair. You're gonna feel the back calf, and then you keep sinking that back heel down, bending a little bit through the front knee. Roll the shoulders, relax your neck, take a deep breath in. At least 3 deep breaths into this pose. All right, back heel comes in, toes go out, okay? Start to pivot and then drop your forearm down on the chair if that feels good. Readjust if you need to. And then the right hip goes back, up, and then down so you can lift your left. Right arm reaches up. Take a nice breath in. Let's do some movement with the arm. Right palm faces down. As you lift, you turn that palm up. You reach all the way to the other side. You keep elongating, separating your hand from foot. And then the same thing. We go back. We go down. Last time, we turn it around. Reach it up. And over. And then the hand goes back to the chair. You're going to lift your back heel off the floor. We're going to sink into that lunge. Remember the pelvis, okay? Leveling the pelvis, really important in this one. Back heel is trying to go down to the floor. First, roll your shoulders, soften through your shoulders. We're going to lift the back heel, stretching the toes, very important. And then exhale, we lower again. We're going to do one more time. We lift the toes, we lift the toes, we lift the heel, and then we drop. Now, when your heel is dropped, you're going to try to straighten that leg, tilting the tailbone still back up to create that spine, that low back, that lumbar, concave sensation here, that arch. And then you fold if there's space for you to go. Maybe you're not doing this, right? Maybe the folding you can see. It's a very small movement. All right, we bend the front knee and slide slowly forward. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna turn the chair towards us now. Ideally for doing this kind of stuff is a higher chair with cushioning in it, okay? All right, so now with the lowest level of the chair, I believe all of you can do this. We're gonna hold to the sides of the chair with our fingers. We're gonna hook our fingers so the thumbs are on top. And then we're gonna go for a downward facing chair. As we keep the arms straight, the body, the torso is moving towards the legs. The legs are straight, the tailbone is going up. Now, this is one downward facing dog that your heels are probably touching the floor. Maybe with the other one, if you have very tight calf and if you have very tight hamstrings. Maybe when you did the other downward dogs, you couldn't reach. So this is a great downward dog for you to do. Train at home. Breathe in. You can still roll your shoulders out. Okay, guys, we're gonna bend the knees a little bit and lift the heels, okay? So this is what happens, the knees come towards you. Now start to round your spine, really puffing up that upper back. As we reach forward towards the upper dog, very gently, we're gonna drop the knees on the floor. Very gently. Take a deep breath in, maybe fingertips can go. Tuck and lift that egg from your pubic bone. And then lifting the chest up to the sky. Maybe the head goes, maybe it doesn't. And then as we exhale, we lower the elbows towards the chair. And if bending the knees is not for you, I know it's not for you, you can keep the knees how they are and just do this pose, okay? If you want to go towards more a child's pose, you can try to sit in your heels and your toes and then surrender your head between, using the chair to open more of your shoulders. Come back to our hands and knees. Now, guys, this time we're going to step the right foot on the outside of the chair. Toes are out. We're going to sink towards that lunge. Now you have the chair to release your forearms. Separating the left knee from the chair as much as you want to. Now I have another variation for this pose. You can keep your right foot down on the mat. You can start to move your leg out. So your right inner foot leaves the ground and stays with the outside of your foot. So this is another great way to stretch here the hip and how the femur is reacting to the inside of your hip. So, and you can stay here for a long time if you want. If those areas are really tight, you can stay for up to a minute. But we're not going to stay for a minute. You soften your belly. You soften the back foot. You soften your neck. Alright guys, we're going to reach back. Maybe we didn't stay for a minute. We're going to slide that leg. We're going to take another variation of camel. As we plug, as we lift, as we tilt the pelvis, we lift and engage the core. We hug the rib cage, and then we puff the chest. You can keep your hands in the chair. You can bring your hands to the back and open up. Hands go back to your chair. We're going to step now the left foot on the outside. My forearms are going to go straight to the chair. Now you have this variation to stay with your foot, especially if you have any issues and if you don't want to follow more into the, otherwise you try, see how it feels. It's a complete different sensation in your hip, is a different sensation in your hamstring when you do this. So exploring the body is always a good way to go, especially you girls that have been practicing for a while. You know your body, you know where to go, and you can always challenge yourself to new ways. And then as you explore, you notice, okay, I know that my body cannot do it, so I'm gonna go another way, or I'm gonna take another turn in this one. Perfect. We reach back. All right. I had other things to do, but I think we basically did what I wanted to cover in this class. So please take a time for Shavasana. If you need to go, I understand. But we're going to actually use the chair for Shavasana. This chair that I have here is not a good chair for Shavasana. So I'm going to show you a better chair that helps you. Maybe if you're not doing today, you're going to do another day. But helps you to lock your legs. Okay? So wait a second. I'm going to get my folding chair here. So I have a folding chair. I'm going to open my chair. Having right there. Then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to use a blanket. I'm going to use a blanket and having the arms of the chair kind of wrapped with a blanket so it's comfortable for my feet, my bony feet. As I go down, I hope you guys can see this. As I go down, I'm going to put one leg at a time. Okay? And then one foot's going to hook, and then the other foot's going to hook outside. So when he hooks, just pay attention, when he hooks, you can let your legs do this. All right? I'm gonna have my little round pillow. It's a small, it's not a big, like fluffy one. So because I want to keep on my low back shape. I don't want it to just sink down into my low back. I want it to lift a little more. So this is how I recommend your Shavasana to be today, okay? Foot hooked here, legs out. Head on the ground, or you can bring another blanket or another pillow underneath your neck. Oh yes, it feels really good to stay here. And my body feels really good. Legs can rest. Belly can rest. Chest and shoulders. Acknowledging the amazing places now that are open inside of you. So you can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish today. Even if your accomplishment will be sit down and watch movies. Maybe your accomplishment is feeling better at work. Maybe your accomplishment is, taking better care, playing better with my kids, my grandkids. So taking some gratitude breath and feeling so grateful right now to be able to do all those things to your body. As the heart rests, as the spine rests, as your belly rests. Maybe give some space between your lips, between of the top and the bottom jaw. guys. Thank you for joining me, helping to create a better you, open you. So stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need, taking as many breaths as you need to center, to ground, and to heal yourself. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Sunday, and I see you soon.